A snake! Riverstone froze. 5 feet long and several acorns thick, the serpent slithered forward. Brown and yellow diamond pattern provided camouflage against the ground. Its tiny, dreadful eyes glistened. A thin tongue darted from a fang-lined mouth, jaws that would anxiously stretch around the baby fowl. Around a grouse, too, Riverstone thought. The snake focused on the baby. It didn't notice the elder grouse. River's instinct told him to back away and remain unseen. He glanced back toward Nettie. Oh, bird! She'd want me to help, but it's not kin, not even a bush fowl. He swallowed hard. His stomach tumbled. Oh, bird, oh, bird, oh, bird. His mind raced. Distract it. Draw it away from the baby. That's what I'll do. He'd used this technique so often that it was second nature, almost a reflex. If that doesn't work, I'll have to. He gulped and grimaced. Don't think about it. River lunged from the bush and bolted across the path where the snake had just slithered. The snake stopped, and its head twisted back. Its beady eyes surveyed the grounds. The serpent's tongue flicked in and out of its wide-open mouth. A motionless Riverstone, hidden by bushes, watched. Come this way. Get away from that baby, he chirped. The snake's head turned back toward the infant. No! Gotta try again. Make more noise, more commotion. He darted back across the path, half running and half flying. His wings flapped and pounded his torso. He tried to screech, but the sound wouldn't come. His mouth and throat were as dry as a desert. Once across the path, he hid behind low shrubs and peered at the serpent. Hiss! The ugly head of the monstrous snake twirled around and rose 6 acorns above the ground. Angry eyes flashed like red-hot embers. River's legs trembled, then wobbled. He leaned against the trunk of the bush. Uh-oh, got its attention. Now what? Genius? The snake lowered its head to the ground. River took a deep breath, steadied his legs, and prepared to bolt from his hiding spot. The snake wriggled and began to move. River stretched his neck for a better view. No! No! Come this way, River pleaded. The hideous creature circled back toward the baby. The distance between the two quickly narrowed. 6 feet, 4 feet. There was no more time. River had to attack the snake head-on, certain suicide. Movement on his left startled him. Oh no, another snake? Now 2 snakes? The baby doesn't have a chance, and neither do I. He peeked again. It was Nettie, barreling straight for the baby and the snake. River's heart skipped a beat. He made all the racket he could. Nettie didn't notice, and the snake ignored him. Out of time, Riverstone gazed at the sky. He pleaded for protection. Then he lowered his head and rushed at the snake. Crash! Leaves exploded into the air as if by a whirlwind. Thud! Riverstone careened backward by the force of the blast. A colossal, dark presence stood on the snake's back and stabbed at its head. The snake coiled and recoiled. It lifted its head and struck, fangs bared and glistening with venom. Then it left as quickly as it had arrived. The dark presence lifted from the ground and disappeared overhead. The snake was gone. An eerie stillness blanketed the scene. A pile of disheveled leaves marked the site of the battle. The only sound came from the baby, who squirmed under Nettie's wing. The dust settled. Bonetta remained motionless where the snake had targeted the helpless, writhing baby. Beak agape, Bonetta stared, her eyes focused on the spot where the monster had snatched the viper. virtually a mid-strike. She puffed up her feathers and trembled. She extended her wings, shielding the object of the drama. The baby cooed, unaware that he had nearly become the serpent's next meal. His instinct was to find the comforting embrace that every infant seeks. But this infant would likely never find it. Somehow, he found Bonetta. River's heart pounded. Bonetta, keep the baby quiet. This trouble may not be over. Riverstone grabbed Bonetta and the baby and dove into the nearest outcropping of bushes. Whatever snatched that snake could do the same to us. We all need to stay still. Bonetta clutched the baby. She gathered his wings and held his beak. What was that? It happened so fast. The baby struggled, but soon calmed down. Riverstone turned his gaze back toward the battleground, searching for clues. Huge fowl of some feather. Had no trouble with that snake, that's for sure. The three remained motionless for what seemed like an eternity. Still visibly shaken, River and Bonetta locked eyes. "What if it comes back, River? What then? What do we do?" Bonetta asked. "These bushes sure won't protect us." River's mind raced, searching for answers. His father had trained him as a youngling for this situation. Face the danger while your family escapes. The lesson his father had preached so often felt like instinct. He wanted another alternative, but there seemed to be none. He might have to make the ultimate sacrifice for his family. Long ago, when a hungry coyote stumbled onto the scent of the grouse family, River watched his father disappear into the bushes with the dog hot on his tail feathers. His father eluded the predator and rejoined them later that evening. He remembered his father telling him that someday he too might face a threat to his family. "Be prepared," the elder grouse had said. "When faced with mortal danger, hesitation costs lives. Act on instinct or act on a plan. Act. Hold nothing back, right or wrong. Figure that out later." He and Bonetta now faced the very danger his father warned them of. No price is too high for the safety of the family. Riverstone heard the echo of his father's counsel. He felt exposed to the threat posed by the dark presence. This monster could swoop in fast and strong, do its damage, and vanish. "Nettie's right," he thought. "These low bushes won't even slow that beast down. There's no protection outside our den. Nettie has got to get home." Again, River's legs trembled. His wingtips began to numb. "Nettie and the baby must escape," he thought. I pray it doesn't return." Whoosh! Dead leaves swirled in a windy vortex. A murky gloom overshadowed them. Thump! 20 hops away, the dark presence landed. It towered over them by 20 or more acorns. Yellow eyes fixed upon theirs, glaring. Bonetta trembled and clutched the baby. She burrowed into the mulch at their feet, beneath the bush branches. Her beak hung open, and her eyes widened. The baby woke, but Nettie tightened her embrace. River held his eyes on the threat. He whispered, "Don't move, Nettie." "Silence!" A deep, ominous voice thundered from the dark presence. Riverstone stared ahead, overwhelmed by the size and power of the beast he faced. Its head seemed oversized, with huge, bulbous eyes. 4 grouse, toe atop crest, would not match its height. Definitely some other family of fowl, but which kind, and what does it want? He wondered. The presence scanned the grounds, returned its gaze upon them, and spoke. "Fowl of the earth, listen. Your actions today have altered the way life will be in the wood. What I tell you now will provide clarity on the path you take from here. Listen to my words and remember them. Weigh each word as though your life depended on it." He paused, and his head rotated in both directions. "Your lives likely will depend on them." Riverstone's neck stiffened, wings clamped against his body. Here it comes, the threat. But why threaten us? What is he waiting for? River wondered. The warning words of his father echoed through his mind. I must act. There's no other alternative. I must move now, before he decides to attack me first. River motioned for Nettie to stay still. Her breasts flared. "No, River!" She realized what he was about to do. Heart pounding, and she reached for him. "Don't leave us alone." He leaned in, wing to wing. "Stay hidden, Nettie. I have to confront this creature. Take the baby and run away as fast as you can. When I know you're safe, I'll escape and meet you at home." Nettie's eyes met his. River knew that if he lingered, he might lose his courage. He knew that one word from Bonetta would melt his heart and draw him to her loving embrace. That was the last thing he needed in the face of such danger. Nettie and the baby have to reach safety, he thought. I can't hesitate. He took a deep breath and braced himself, eyes fixed on the menacing beast. Riverstone stormed into the open to face the dark presence.